Extreme social anxiety, or social anxiety disorder, goes beyond common shyness. It is a persistent, often debilitating fear of social interaction. It involves an intense, enduring concern that others are judging you, paired with the worry that you will embarrass or humiliate yourself. Unlike the occasional nervousness anyone might feel, social anxiety disorder seeps into every facet of life, making everyday interactions feel insurmountable. At its core, extreme social anxiety is a fear of scrutiny. Even when you understand that your fear is irrational, it doesn't mitigate the dread of being negatively evaluated. It can cause you to avoid social situations, impacting your ability to work, attend school, and form close relationships. Understanding this disorder is the first step to addressing it. Acknowledging its grip on life is not a personal failure, but a challenge to overcome. So let's start with some common triggers of social anxiety. Social anxiety can be triggered by a variety of situations. For some, it's pervasive, affecting nearly all social interactions. For others, specific circumstances, such as speaking to strangers, making small talk, or being the focus of attention, can provoke this anxiety. Being watched, teased, or criticized, or having to perform in front of others can trigger the symptoms as well. Even making phone calls, eating in public, or using a public restroom can be distressing for someone with social anxiety. Recognizing these triggers is crucial. They are not universal, and they vary wildly between individuals. Understanding your own can help you prepare and apply coping strategies more effectively. As a therapist, it's important to guide clients in identifying these triggers, laying the groundwork for managing their anxiety. Now let's talk about some emotional symptoms of social anxiety. The emotional symptoms of social anxiety disorder can be overwhelming. They go beyond the typical nervousness of social interaction. Individuals may experience excessive self-consciousness and anxiety in everyday situations, an intense worry for days or even weeks before a social event, an extreme fear of being watched or judged. This fear can be so intense that it can disrupt daily life, making it a significant barrier to personal and professional fulfillment. The emotional turmoil caused by social anxiety can lead to avoidance behaviors. The dread of an upcoming social situation might cause someone to call in sick or cancel plans. It can also manifest as performance anxiety, where the fear of judgment becomes so intense it can cause one to freeze up or experience a panic attack in the moment. Social anxiety doesn't just affect the mind, it has physical symptoms that can be equally distressing. A red face or blushing is common, as is a shaky voice. Shortness of breath can occur, along with an upset stomach or trembling. These physical manifestations can reinforce the fear of being judged, as individuals worry that others will notice their anxiety. This can create a vicious cycle of anxiety and physical circumstances, each reinforcing the other. These symptoms are not merely uncomfortable, they can become debilitating, often making it difficult to perform tasks or engage in conversations. Being aware of and understanding these physical responses can be the first step in learning to manage them effectively. So what about the psychology behind social anxiety? Social anxiety is deeply rooted in the psychology of fear and perception. It's not just the fear of social interaction, but a fear of the perceived consequences of that interaction, such as rejection or humiliation. The mind can amplify these fears, making them seem more likely and more catastrophic than they truly are. This heightened state of worry can lead to avoidance of social situations which, while momentarily relieving, can reinforce the anxiety in the long run. Understanding the cognitive distortions that underpin social anxiety is essential for treatment. It's about reshaping the thought patterns that lead to fear and helping individuals develop a more realistic and less threatening view of social interactions. Social anxiety is not only a psychological challenge, but also a physiological experience. When confronted with a social situation that feels threatening, the body's sympathetic nervous system kicks into gear, releasing a flood of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals prepare the body for a quick response, which can include an increased heart rate, sweating, and the tremors associated with anxiety. Understanding the physiological response to anxiety can demystify the experience and serve as a foundation for strategies to counter these automatic reactions. The physical symptoms that accompany social anxiety are the body's alarm system. They are not inherently harmful, but can become problematic when the system is triggered too easily or too often. By addressing the physiological aspects of anxiety with techniques such as deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation, individuals can gain control over their body's anxiety response. So let's now talk about long-term effects of untreated social anxiety. If left unaddressed, social anxiety can have far-reaching effects on an individual's life. It can lead to isolation, loneliness, and a withdrawal from activities that once brought joy. The avoidance behaviors that characterize social anxiety can result in missed opportunities, both personally and professionally, and can even contribute to depression. Chronic anxiety also places stress on the body, which can lead to long-term health issues, including digestive problems, chronic pain, and a weakened immune system. The ripple effect of untreated social anxiety can extend to all areas of life, from personal relationships even to career progression. It's imperative to recognize the importance of addressing social anxiety, not just for the immediate relief, but to prevent these long-term consequences. There's also social anxiety and co-occurring disorders. Social anxiety often doesn't occur in isolation. It can be a component of a more complex mental health picture, co-occurring with other disorders such as depression, substance use disorders, and even other anxiety disorders. The overlap of symptoms can complicate the diagnosis and the overall treatment as well, making it essential to take a holistic view of an individual's mental health. Understanding the interplay between social anxiety and other mental health conditions is crucial for effective treatment. Co-occurring disorders can exacerbate social anxiety and vice versa, creating a cycle that can be challenging to break without addressing all underlying issues. Going deeper into the social use aspect, the relationship between substance use and social anxiety is complex and bidirectional. Some individuals may turn to substances as a form of self-medication, attempting to alleviate the discomfort of social situations. However, substance use can also exacerbate anxiety symptoms and even lead to the development of a substance use disorder. Withdrawal from substances, particularly alcohol and benzodiazepines, can manifest symptoms similar to social anxiety, including heightened anxiety in social situations. For individuals struggling with both social anxiety and substance use, it's essential to treat both conditions simultaneously to ensure the best outcome. So what are some coping strategies for social situations? Developing effective coping strategies for social situations is key for individuals with social anxiety. Preparation can be a powerful tool. Rehearsing or role-playing social interactions can reduce the uncertainty that fuels anxiety. In the moment, grounding techniques such as focusing on physical sensations or employing mindfulness can help manage symptoms as well. Deep breathing exercises can also be invaluable, helping to slow down the heart rate and promote a sense of calm. Establishing a personal safety plan that includes an exit strategy for overwhelming situations can also provide a sense of control and security. Now let's talk about self-help techniques for managing social anxiety. For managing social anxiety independently, self-help techniques can be a valuable part of one's toolkit. Regular practice of mindfulness meditation can help individuals stay grounded in the present moment, reducing concerns about past or future social interactions. Journaling can also be beneficial, offering a way to process and reflect on social experiences and anxiety triggers. Additionally, online resources and books on cognitive behavioral techniques can provide guidance on how to challenge and change unhelpful thought patterns related to social anxiety. Engaging in regular exercise can also serve as a natural anxiety reliever, helping to manage both the psychological and physiological symptoms of social anxiety. Now let's talk about developing social skills. Improving social skills can often alleviate the pressure of social interactions for those with extreme social anxiety. By practicing and enhancing communication abilities, individuals can gain confidence in their interactions. This may include learning to initiate and maintain conversations, interpret body language, and manage the flow of dialogue in various settings. Structured social skills training, which can be done individually or in groups, often incorporates role-playing exercises to practice new behaviors in a safe environment. Additionally, joining clubs or groups with a focus on shared interests can provide opportunities to practice these skills in a less intimidating context, as a shared focus can ease the pressure of interaction. Self-compassion is a critical, yet often overlooked aspect of managing social anxiety. It involves being kind to oneself during times of stress or failure, acknowledging that being imperfect is a part of being human. Practicing self-compassion can help ease the harsh self-judgment that exacerbates social anxiety. Mindfulness-based self-compassion exercises can teach individuals to treat themselves with the same kindness they would offer a good friend. This includes recognizing when one is experiencing a moment of suffering, responding with kindness and understanding, or remembering that imperfection is part of the shared human experience. Mindfulness, the practice of being present and fully engaged with the current moment, can be especially beneficial for those struggling with social anxiety. It helps shift focus away from self-criticism and future worries, reducing the intensity of anxiety-provoking thoughts. Mindfulness can be cultivated through meditation, but also through everyday activities by paying full attention to the present experience. Regular mindfulness practice can change the relationship individuals have with their thoughts, helping them to observe anxious thoughts without becoming entangled in them. This can reduce the power of these thoughts and the physical symptoms they can produce. Now let's discuss some cognitive behavioral techniques. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, can be highly effective in managing social anxiety. These techniques can involve identifying and challenging negative thought patterns and beliefs that contribute to anxiety, and gradually replacing them with more realistic and positive ones. Techniques such as cognitive restructuring can help individuals alter the way they perceive social situations, making them less daunting. Behavioral experiments, another CBT technique, involves testing out the beliefs that contribute to social anxiety in real-life situations to see if the outcomes match the fearful prediction. This can be helpful to break the cycle of avoidance and build confidence in social settings. Exposure therapy, a component of CBT, involves gradually and systematically confronting the social situations that provoke anxiety. The idea is to expose individuals to their fears in a controlled manner, which, over time, can reduce the anxiety associated with these situations. Starting with less intimidating interactions and gradually working up to more challenging ones allows individuals to build confidence and develop coping skills at a manageable pace. This process can help desensitize the fear response associated with social situations. Relaxation techniques can play a significant role in the management of social anxiety as well. Techniques such as deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and guided imagery can help calm the physiological arousal that accompanies anxiety. By learning to relax the body, individuals can help calm the mind, making social situations feel less threatening. Practicing these techniques regularly, and especially before anticipated social situations, can help individuals enter these scenarios with a greater sense of calm and control over their anxiety symptoms. A strong support system is invaluable for someone managing extreme social anxiety. Supportive friends, family, or peers can provide encouragement, understanding, and a listening ear. For many, support groups for social anxiety can also be a helpful resource, offering a sense of community and shared experiences. Therapists can encourage clients to reach out and cultivate relationships with supportive individuals who understand their struggle with social anxiety. This network can provide a safety net and a source of strength as individuals work through their anxiety. There's also professional therapists for social anxiety. While self-help techniques are valuable, professional therapies can provide tailored strategies and support for managing social anxiety. Techniques employed can include CBT, ACT, which stands for Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, and others can offer structured approaches for understanding and addressing the challenges associated with social anxiety. Therapists can work with clients to identify specific triggers, develop coping strategies, and work through the underlying beliefs that fuel anxiety. They can also provide support and guidance in practicing and applying these strategies in real-world situations. Prevention of social anxiety involves a proactive approach to mental health. Building resilience, developing strong coping skills, and fostering supportive relationships can all contribute to reducing the likelihood of developing social anxiety. Early intervention in the form of social skills training, stress management techniques, and building self-esteem can also be effective measures in preventing social anxiety. Encouraging open dialogue about mental health and promoting mental health literacy can further aid in prevention efforts. As we conclude this comprehensive exploration of extreme social anxiety, remember that this condition is both manageable and treatable. The strategies outlined here provide a roadmap for understanding and coping with social anxiety. From identifying triggers and symptoms to implementing practical techniques and seeking professional help, each step is part of a journey towards overcoming social anxiety. I encourage you to take these strategies to heart, practice them diligently, and seek support when needed. Remember that progress may be gradual, but with persistence and the right tools, social anxiety can be managed effectively, leading to more engaged and fulfilling life.